Ladies and gentlemen, if we could direct your attention to home plate, the Chamber of Commerce is going to conduct a very special ribbon cutting ceremony to recognize this beautiful facility that the city and city leaders were involved in creating.
Okay, everybody, welcome here today. My name is Kelsey Doom. I'm the president and CEO at the Brookings Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're so excited to be here to celebrate with the Shelden family in the city of Brookings on this gorgeous field. My goodness, this is just wonderful. Before we get going with the actual cutting of the ribbon, Judy's really excited there. We're going to hear a little bit about the makeup of this field and how it was done. So I'm going to pass it off to Darren Hoff, who's going to say a few words, followed by Cody Wright with baseball. He's going to talk a little bit about what it means to them. So Darren, here you go.
Thank you, Kelsey. So, Bob Shelden Field, we just redid it this past year. As you can see, we did a new grandstand, we did the artificial turf, new lighting system, new berm out in right field, which will be another viewing section for spectator seating, new dugouts for the teams. We also redid the parking lot on the west side of the field here. We put in some permeable pavers to help with storm drainage. Total project was about $3.2 million. So just want to thank everyone who was involved in getting this project started and finished and to the first game.
All right, thank you, Darren. And welcome everybody to Bob Shelden Field and our home opener here for the spring Bobcats baseball season. We're glad you're all here. We're incredibly excited about this facility. It's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people over the years, and for us, this is the culmination of what we're shooting for. It's a great facility that's going to be, to be quite honest, if you've been in baseball stadiums around the state, this is probably number one. It's fantastic, and it's going to be, yeah, there we go, thanks, Harry. And it's really all about the kids. You know, these little guys over here, hopefully we can get them out here someday playing baseball, and that's really what it's for. It's built for the long run. It's built to be something special, and we're incredibly proud of it. Couldn't be more happy that the city invited us to be partners, and looking forward to it. So thank you very much.
Wonderful. So yes, round of applause for the group who made this all happen in the Shelden family themselves. We're going to get to cutting some ribbon. So Cindy's going to cut you down, 3, 2, 1, and then you'll cut, okay? And we'll get a good picture of it. So Cindy, go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening or good afternoon, and welcome to the grand reopening of Bob Shelden Field. Today is a very special and historic day as we play our first baseball game on this new facility. Joining us on the field today is the City of Brookings Mayor Keith Corbett and members of the Brookings City Council, family members to the late Bob Shelden, and representatives from Brookings Friends of Baseball. Our first speaker today will be Cody Wright, president of Brookings Friends of Baseball. Cody?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Once again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody to the grand reopening of Bob Shelden Field and our season opener for the Bobcats varsity team. We're certainly glad everyone is here, and we couldn't be prouder of this facility and the opportunity that we were given to work with the city to put it together. It's the best facility in the state, and I think it's something that all these young fellas and kids that are hanging out here are going to get to play on for many years to come. And so it's a true testament to the investment that the city of Brookings has made in the youth of our community. And once again, we're glad you're all here, and go Bobcats!
Yeah! Thank you, Cody. Next, we have two very special guests. We're going to ask Judy Jensen and Wanda Hexum, daughters of Bob's sister Judy Jensen, to reintroduce us to the late Bob Shelden.
Bob Shelden was the son of Maxine and Burdette Shelden and the brother of Judy Shelden Jensen. He died at the age of 21 due to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which unfortunately at that time was an incurable disease. His 21 years were very impactful to his community. Bob grew up in Brookings, where he was active in the First Presbyterian Church, 4-H, band, FFA, and obviously sports. He appreciated his education and respected the classroom. Bob naturally grew into baseball as his first love by watching his dad play softball. The progression of his love of the game grew as he did. He was highly active in 4 sports at Brookings High School: track and field, football, basketball, and baseball. He received several high honors as an athlete, including All-State basketball and football teams, Midwest All-American squad, and Teen Magazine's All-American Honorable Mention in 1958. Bob was not comfortable in the spotlight because he was a team player through and through. He battled mono as a junior in high school during the basketball season. He was so upset that he was not able to contribute or help his teammates out more in that season. His sportsmanship was honored that season by one of the team's opponents, as Sioux Falls Washington Warriors basketball team presented Bob with a pair of cufflinks out of respect for their fellow sportsmen. Bob was a representative of Boise State and elected president of the National Honor Society his senior year. In 1959, Bob graduated from Brookings High School, where he lettered in basketball, football, and track all 4 years. He was recruited by colleges in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Colorado, Arizona, and Nebraska, in addition to the Chicago White Sox baseball team. Though he had several high-level offers, Bob chose to stay closer to home because family was very important to him, and he wanted to earn a college degree. He studied professional chemistry at South Dakota State College while playing both baseball and basketball. His sophomore year, he started for the varsity Jacks. Even though he wasn't able to play with his team for his junior season due to the progression of his illness, he never complained throughout his battle with cancer. His teammates voted him most inspirational player for that season, an honor that meant just as much to Bob and his teammates as it did to their coach, who wasn't even involved in the voting.
Bob was a great son, brother, and friend. He was known for defining social circles as a friend to everyone. He appreciated his personal relationships and ball games of any kind. His faith was demonstrated in his humility and compassion for people. If he were here today, according to Mom, he would be humbled, honored, and appreciative, but not necessarily comfortable with the attention. He loved to learn, but Bob will be remembered most as the epitome of the phrase, "there is no I in team." His true passions were athletics and people. Thank you to this Brookings community, the Friends of Baseball, the Brookings High School, for continuing to understand and recognize the exceptional God-given talents and the person that Bob Shelden represented. May his attributes continue to be goals of a well-rounded athlete, but even more importantly, a compassionately driven human being from this community. As Bob's sister's family, we are gratefully and humbly honored to be included in this recognition of Bob's achievements in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Linnell and Wanda, for sharing a glimpse into the life of Bob Shelden. Now we're going to ask Brookings Mayor Keith Corbett to read the poem Courage, a threshold favorite of Bob's.
Well, Well, thank you, and thank you everyone for joining us in this beautiful Field of Dreams. Especially thank you to family and friends of baseball. It never would happen without all of you, so thank you. The title is Thinking, also known as The Man Who Thinks He Can, by Walter Winty. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, if you think you can't, some cinch you won't. If you think you'll lose, you've already lost. And for all the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in his state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. If you've got to think high to rise, if you've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can.
Thank you, Mayor Corbett. Now, throwing out tonight's first pitch is Bob's sister, Judy Jensen. Catching for Judy is the great nephew of Bob's Mac Jensen, who's also a current Friends of Baseball player, and he will be sporting one of Bob's catcher's mitts. Judy, the mound is yours. Thank you, Judy.